Hello, Austin, Texas. You're listening to the Home Team with Troy and Wyatt, where we bring sports and money together for your education and entertainment. If you have any questions, Wyatt is definitely the one to reach out to, and that is at loansfromtroy.com, or you can give Wyatt a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, Wyatt's segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing your American dream.
He gave me a shot. I appreciate that. And obviously, I can't answer all those questions. Troy is the master when it comes to home loans, and so most certainly refer to him. I refer to him all this knowledge. So let's learn a little bit more about that right now.
Absolutely, it's a good time. Yeah. So we're gonna have some. I was telling someone today that data without a story doesn't really always tell you what's going on. Right?
That's right.
And so we do have January statistics out for the first time. I mean, it's fresh off the press today. It's like the screen is still, you can't say like the ink's still wet. The screen is still glowing from the new data.
Glowing? So it's like a highlighter.
Right. Yeah.
So it's written in highlighter.
Yeah. And so one of the things is that we would like to talk about today is going to be custom home builds and home building in general, because
we need more of it. We have to have it.
We need more homes.
We need more homes out there, and you need good home builders.
Yeah.
So we're lucky to have a good home builder in the house today.
Absolutely. We brought on Mr. Kieth, Derek Kieth. How are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. With Stature Home Loans. Sorry. Just a little, that was a Freudian mistake there. Stature Homes.
Yep.
But, so what's going on in the greater Austin area is that the median sales price is at $450,000. Okay, and that's not the average. Don't confuse it. But the median means that half the homes sold above and half the homes sold below, and it's $450,000. Now that is 6% less than January a year ago.
Right.
So, and so a lot of people are thinking, aha, here it is.
Here's the drop.
Here it is. It's coming.
This is the floor. It's going. Yeah.
What they don't know is that we're well past this data. This data is weeks old, and we are currently fighting over homes right now. Buyers are in multiple offers.
We're there again.
Yep. Builders are not negotiating like they were 60 days ago because there's more buyers and things like that. So it's a different market than it was when this data. It's funny that this data.
This is the start of chaos.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
Well, I say not chaos. We were just talking about that earlier, right?
Yeah.
Derek and I were. It's not going to be 2020 chaos.
Right. Hopefully, it's a return to a norm kind of market.
It's going to be above normal.
Right.
I mean, you're going to have it's supply and demand, right? And we don't have enough supply.
Right. So closed. Let's sink in. Closed sales, 3 months in a row now, or down over 25% year over year. So that means that the unit production is 25% less than it's been every month. That's for the last 3 months, right? Our housing inventory is at 2.7 months right now, which is 2.3 months before over last year, but it's still less than 3 months. And a lot of these homes, Derek, a lot of these homes are to-be builds that you can't even move into.
Right.
They're listings of lots that are with homes and stuff like that.
Are they still doing that?
Yeah. And so you got to think that 30%. That's what the last time I actually checked. So that's just a guesstimate, but it's somewhere near 30%. I don't want to put it. Somebody like it was 21%.
So what was that number they can call you at?
But a big number of that is that. So that doesn't even count. So we're still around 2 months of actual move-in inventory, and that's 1 week of rates in the low fives, and all the inventory is gone in Austin. Plain and simple.
As soon as that rate changes to the low fives.
1 week. That's 1 week of homes.
Everybody's gonna be like, what happened to the market?
Yeah, and so that's one of the things, and so the reason why we've asked Derek here is because something's going on. Builders have slowed down their construction, and people are kind of like, why? We need more homes and everything else. And so the cost of funds has increased exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to put a home out there, or I guess I should be letting you explain it. So explain to me, why is it hard to put a home out there right now?
Or is it?
Yeah.
I would say lending has gotten tougher, to get, construction loans and things like that for spec builds. I guess the land, the acquisition cost is like double the cost.
Yeah.
It's doubled everywhere that I was building, like with Crestview area, central, core parts of town. in the waterfront areas like Lake OBJ and Marble Falls, Horseshoe Bay. Even those markets have like skyrocketed in just acquisition. That's made it a lot tougher for builders because now to do an investment project, you got to come up with so much more upfront, investment to be able to do a deal. So that's for
money in, money out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an important thing when it comes to business is that you can't put a lot out there if you want to keep it going. You have to have someone buy it, and then all of a sudden the market freezes a little bit.
That's true.
And then you're sitting on inventory, so that's a big reason why.
Yeah.
Now you don't just build spec type homes or investment type homes. People can call you and build a home on their property as well.
That's correct. I have clients business and offer client services as well. Full service. We do lots of additions and rehabs and things like that. Especially in Austin, it's mostly remodel work. Out in the outer areas like like Marble Falls area or Horseshoe Bay or whatever, Highland Lakes areas. That's a lot of more new construction because there's much more land. So
And you have water.
and there's water.
That's the big one right now, right? Well, it's a big one. You could build up, 130 going up to Lockhart. People, I mean, it's a great place to build. You just don't have water. It's so you have to be around where there's water. So,
And then like all the production builders pretty much take up like Pflugerville and Round Rock and
it's tough to compete with that. Sure. They're buying those.
Well, they've already got the land locked up and things like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
So, but you're seeing right now a growth right now. Are you seeing people, the movement going to where they're both going through your investment type properties and or requesting for new home builds?
I mean, I'm seeing a hold off a little bit on people pulling the trigger, to do their projects and or start their addition or remodel or whatever because they're scared of interest rates right now.
Now we're gonna get busy. So if this was you're still able to take on clients right now.
Oh yeah. Actually, it's slowing. I've got people calling me all over the place looking for work. I've like 3 of my big framing crews don't have a job right
This
now.
is a time right now. If you're gonna get a custom home built, this is the time.
Yeah,
Right?
this is.
So how do people get a hold of you?
You can 512-797-2121 or www.staturebuilt.com.
Okay, and one more time on that phone number.
512-797-2121.
All right, and what kind of style of home would you say y'all build?
I would say, modern farmhouse style. I mean, any style.
But you'll go off of somebody else's plans as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you can supply demands, or they can bring their own plans.
That's correct.
And if you don't know, I would look him up. They're very well sought after. If you were going to get a custom home, which a lot of people think that seems expensive. That's more expensive than a spec home, which in reality it's not.
Yeah, first, I would suggest going to staturebuild.com and looking for yourself. But no, it's not when you do, like we've talked about automobiles. It's the total cost is more important. And when you get a home like this, the quality, the down the road, the repairs, the maintenance, the upkeep is so much less on a custom built home as opposed to a production builder, I guess is the polite way to say that.
Right.
Because there's, like you said, there's just more care, there's more time.
It's a common misnomer.
Yeah,
it really is.
it's,
you think custom, like, oh, I can never afford a custom home. You'll work with it about anybody. There are certain price points you want to stay within, obviously, and you can talk about that. But generally, you'll work with anybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, I carry my own crew, so I have good handful of expert guys that have been with me for many years. That just work on only my projects, so I can take on all scale.
All scale. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So building your own property.
Absolutely, that's the way to go. Right.
You have properties that don't have anything built on them, and you have actual land out there that they can actually pick a site.
Yep.
You can build on.
I have 3 waterfront properties in LBJ that I'm going to be developing that are.
Might be talking to
someone could come up to me and say, "Hey, I need a custom house on Lake Virginia." I'd be like, "Well, we got 3 spots we can talk about."
And how does that work for docks and stuff on LBJ? Do you have to? It takes an act of God to get a dock, or
no? Not for me.
Just chainsaw the wood things out of the way and just.
Unfortunately, that's not how.
We'll do it all out of.
Just tell them it fell over in the ice storm.
That's unfortunately not how it works. But anyway, well, good deal. Again, people, how they get a hold of you?
512-797-2121.
Right.
You can even text me. It's all good.
I
like it.
It's funny that people don't understand. If you listen, like Warren Buffett always says, you buy when everyone's selling and you sell when everyone's buying. And right now, no one's buying, so now's the time to buy. I mean,
Right.
you know, it is. It's if you're interested, if you're going to do something in the next year, it's better to get started now. I mean,
Absolutely.
I was talking to, my wife this weekend. I'm like, hey, honey, I think we should start looking again, because she's like, well, the market's so bad. I'm like, well, that's exactly why we should.
Y'all want to move again?
No, we don't want to move again, but it's
I love y'all's new house.
I have not looked at any investing or anything like that in the last 2.5 years, just because the market's been so crazy. Well, now all of a sudden, like I said, builders are making concessions that they were never making before. The production builders, they are, so there's lots of positive things going on, but you have to, it's funny, you have to always, listen to the beat of a different drum. Whenever you find yourself lockstep with the herd moving in one direction, you know that you are doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's very true. And like you said, we're up in inventory right now a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 16% more new listings. Finally, so there's 16% more listings, but we're still only at 2.7 months of inventory. The active listings are up 462% from a year ago.
Wow. How much?
462% from a year ago. The active listings.
That's great news.
Yet we're still at only 2.7 months of inventory. So again,
that's a lot of buyers out
the
there.
moment the rates settle down, people are going to be buying homes, and you might miss your opportunity.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that next segment. Y'all tune back in. I want to learn more and see where these rates are going. We'll see you in a little bit.
Absolutely. Hey, you've been listening to The Home Team with Troy and Wyatt. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard. If you have any questions about anything we've said today, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, Wyatt's available on the Facebook. And
Facebook.
That's the Home Team 512. And this segment was brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing your American dream. And we will see you in just a minute.